Let's unbox the GEEKOM A8 mini PC. Alright guys, there we have the mini PC, and as the name suggests, this thing is very tiny. We can see right on top it has the logo GEEKOM. Right on the front we have two USB-A ports that support transfer speeds up to 10 gigabits per second. We also have a 3.5mm audio jack and a dedicated power button. We see on the right side of here we have a lot of holes here for ventilation, and on the left side same thing here, lots of holes here for ventilation, but we also get an SD card reader here, which is really nice. I was not expecting to see an SD card reader, so this is really awesome to have. Right on the back here, we have all of our ports here. Starting with the bottom left, this is going to be our DC input, followed by a USB-C, and this also supports transfer speeds up to 40 gigabits per second, and it also supports DisplayPort, which is awesome. On the bottom, we have HDMI. Right on the middle, we have a 2.5 gig Ethernet port, followed by another USB-A port at 10 gigabit per second. The bottom USB-A is going to be 2.0, so slower speeds here. We get an additional HDMI, so 2 HDMI in total. We'll also get another USB-C at 10 gigabits per second, and also supports DisplayPort. Now, further inside the box, we're going to have a user guide, a US power plug, which connects to a separate power brick. One thing I do know is that this power adapter is really nice and slim. It's not super bulky, which I love to see. They're also going to give us an HDMI cable. We get a set of screws, and finally a VESA mount plate here, so you can easily attach 2 screws, and it supports 75 by 75 and 100 by 100. So this is awesome to have for those of you guys that are interested in mounting your mini PC. All right, after setting everything up and having all of my monitors currently connected to 2 monitors, one being a 4K OLED monitor, and this one over here being a 1440p portable monitor. Standout feature, of course, of this A8 mini is that you can connect up to 4 displays utilizing 2 HDMI ports and the 2 USB-C. Currently, both monitors are connected via USB-C, and what I really love about the USB-C is that they have them positioned in the back, which makes connecting to a monitor more seamless. So if you have like a monitor that supports USB-C, then this is going to be great. I also love the fact that we get USB 4 on the back as well. And currently, I want to go over exactly what to expect with the A8 mini based off of my experiences so far. So the A8 mini does have the AMD Ryzen 7 8745HS with Radeon 780 graphics. And so this is great when it comes to video editing. And I'm really impressed so far with the power you get for editing video files. Now I currently record 4K 60, H.265, 42210-bit. So this is a very demanding file. And so this right here is a pure file. And so if I were to kind of try to scrub through, it could be a little bit stuttery. If I hit play here, you know, sometimes it could be a little bit jittery here. However, the performance is not that bad. Definitely much better than a lot of mini PCs out there. So I'm really impressed how it handles that raw file. But if you take those video files and you transform them into proxies and have them rendered, then the scrubbing through the timeline becomes very, very, very seamless. And so if you want to have the best video editing experiences, I do recommend rendering these files because it makes scrolling through each one of this even more seamless and much easier to edit. Now, when it comes to the fan, it does going to kick in depending on your workload, of course. I don't think the fan sounds that loud. But you will hear it kick on, especially if you sit very close to the mini PC. Now, in case some of you guys might be upset not having a USB-C on the front, I don't mind it too much since both USB-A's are 10 gigabits per second, and so you can always utilize an adapter to connect USB-C on the front as well. So I have it currently connected to this external SSD, and the video files are playing directly through this external SSD. So the transfer rates you are definitely getting up to that 10 gigabits per second, which is awesome. Another feature I absolutely love is definitely that SD card reader on the side. And so if you record a lot of footage on an SD card, being able to just plug it in on your mini PC to quickly transfer files without the need of having to use a separate adapter really comes in clutch. So I absolutely love that feature. Another thing that I really like about this as well is the fact that you get 32 gigabytes of DDR5. This is currently the most recent memory out there, and a lot of mini PCs out there still use DDR4. So this being DDR5 gives you better performance. And you can see I do have DaVinci Resolve Studio currently open, and I also have Chrome with about 5 tabs open. It's utilizing about 59-60% of the memory, so we still have a lot of headroom to still multitask and all that good stuff. Another great thing that I also appreciate is the standard Wi-Fi 6E, Bluetooth 5.2, and that Ethernet jack. That really comes in clutch, especially if you have a wireless router that supports Wi-Fi 6, and it does come pre-installed with Windows 11 Pro. And finally, you do have the option of also upgrading the internals. You could upgrade the memory, and you could also upgrade the NVMe SSD. So overall, I really think the GEEKOM A8 Mini is definitely a great mini PC, which I think is perfect for those looking for a mini PC that does and handles productivity really well and also has useful I/O ports. I think USB 4 is definitely huge. That's one thing I really love to see, and that SD card reader on the side. So I highly recommend checking out the GEEKOM A8 Mini. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Firewolf out.